Chapter 2, obesity. So, just how big a problem is it? Well, there's a video here you can press play. In the 1970s, obesity was at 1% of the UK population. In fact, I've got a photograph. In the 1970s, packed with holidaymakers just walking every day. It must have about 200 people. Not one overweight person I can see in it, not one. Remember, not media influenced. Nowadays, that figure's risen to about 30% and still rising. Even our health professionals are struggling. Over half the staff of the NHS, well over half the staff are overweight or obese, and it's getting worse. 2/3 of the adult population are overweight or obese, it's getting worse. Obesity is a greater burden on the UK economy than armed violence, war, terrorism. It's nearly £50 billion a year. It spends less than 700 million a year on obesity prevention programmes, about 1% of the cost. The country spends 6 billion a year further on the medical conditions related to being overweight or obese, and nearly 10 billion on diabetes, type 2 care. 25% of the nation, nearly 30% of the nation is obese, and then another 37% is overweight. That's 2/3 of us are overweight. If the obesity levels were reduced to just 1993 levels, we'd avoid 5 million diseases. We'd be saving over 1.2 billion. You see, 1 in 4 children are now overweight. 1 in 4 adolescents aged 15 are obese. 1 in 4 of our adolescents aged 15 are already obese before they reach adulthood. What chance have they got? That's what they've learned. 8 out of 10 obese adolescents will remain obese. 30% of adults have got high blood pressure. But half of the people who are obese have got high blood pressure. You've got half of adult women and nearly half of adult men in the UK on prescription drugs. In other words, folks, if there's not something wrong with you nowadays, there's something wrong with you. Obesity equals inflammation. Stop thinking about weight and start calling it fat, because that's what it is, folks. You don't have to say, I'm fat and getting stigma. I'm not going to shame you. But the fat thing is not about what you look like to me. Not interested in that, hun. I'm not. I don't care. Bump. It's your heart. It's your right. It's you. You're struggling a lot of it, but a lot of it's through ignorance. It's not your fault. It's because you don't know a lot of it, and it's media influence. Obesity actually means inflammation in your body, and then generally this can have a direct cause or influence, exasperation of health problems, including asthma, cancer, diabetes, digestive problems, headaches, hypertension, psoriasis, and much, much, much more. Heart problems. Why is it so many capable people who are successful in so many areas of their lives fail miserably when it comes to weight? Well, one of the reasons is confusion causes frustration and eventually apathy. You see, for years we've been told to avoid fats. Watch out for carbs. Or is it oils? Or is it sugar? Is it butter? Is margarine better? Can we have bread or not bread? Should we just do sugar-free? What is it? Why doesn't my GP advise me which foods to eat? Well, let's talk about that. GPs on average just get over about 6 years training. That's a hell of a lot of training, isn't it? That night and day studying to become a GP. Let's have a look what they're learning. Well, nutrition, Hippocrates said, is the most important part of health, keeping people, sickness prevention, if you like. Preventing you being sick, i.e. taking care of your health. So out of 6 years, how much training would it be on this important topic of nutrition and health, what you eat? So 3 years? Of course it's not 3 years. A year. Of course it's not a year. A month. Well, according to statistics, it was literally a few afternoons. It's actually just a token gesture. And this was written by Dennis Campbell in 2016, health editor. He wrote a book, Doctors Who Know Too Little About Nutrition and Exercise. There's a lack of knowledge and understanding of the basic evidence for the impact of nutrition and physical activity on the health among the overwhelming majority of doctors. They ain't got a Scooby. God, the amount of doctors that are obese themselves. This has its roots in a letter to the Medical School Council and the General Medical Council. We are not not doing enough to protect our children and our patients, because our doctors are not informed. You can read about it in the book and about all the different things. And a lot of doctors now are seeing the light, and they're actually claiming that working in partnership with the community can save the NHS billions. Hello! You have a group of people here with a huge potential of attitude, of understanding. They can make huge changes. I've seen the government, they've just recently started a new advert going talk to each other. Wonderful opportunity about getting people away from the phones and the televisions and talking to each other. They can see the huge problems this is breaking down in society. It's the same with food, folks. It's easy, I promise you. Losing weight, you go 21 days PC free. You've only got to go 21 days. As soon as you go 3 weeks PC free, I promise you guys, you're halfway to smashing it. Your cravings go. So let's have a look. What's to blame? Is it the sugar? Well, we can see from the first graph, it does seem to show that sugar plays a huge role in the role of obesity. You see, over the last 60 years, as the intake of sugar has gone up, so has obesity. So we could blame it. We're actually eating 30 times the amount of sugar we was 100 years ago. But I can tell you now it's not the sugar. What? Oh no. You see, sugar consumption has actually dropped since 1995. It's dropped by over a fifth. But obesity's gone up by more than a fifth since then. Much more. So, what's going on? It's not even the fat. You see, we had low-fat guidelines in the 1970s. Well, it's a nonsense. Now, added fats. The so-called healthy added fats getting you away from the lard. No. You're miles better off cooking with lard. Rubbish! Alright. Cook with animal fat if you want. Cook with natural fats. Yeah? Oh, saturated fat's real bad for me. No, only if you mix it with processed carbohydrate. If you don't mix it with processed carbohydrate, you ain't got an issue, guys. It's only the processed carbohydrate, like the bread, and creates all this unnatural sponge that the animal fat sticks to. But it's not natural. Bread's not natural. Processed carbohydrates ain't natural. Man cannot make things better. Not really. I don't think he does. He manipulates nature, really, but he can't improve on it. What, is he better than God? And for those of you, it's not a religious programme, but I'm not ashamed to admit it. I am a man of God, 100% Christian, 100% believe in God. You don't have to subscribe to that if you want. That is your choice. But please, do not argue with the power of nature. That is thin ice, of course. All people are doing, all the very best we can do is mimic nature. At the very, very best, even genetically. They're only trying to find out how nature does it. Even if you find out how someone does something, that didn't mean to say that you were the creator of it, does it? It's different. So man tries to make things better and we all suffer. So, is it low fat? Is it low GI? Is it sugar? Is it butter better? Bread not? Cereals? There's a book called Eat Fat, Get Thin by Barry Groves. Guess what? It's free on my book. There's a little link here when you buy my book. There's a link to get that book for free. But it's not saturated fats. It's when people, the more saturated fat they had, guess what, in the diet, they had less heart disease. Significantly less heart disease. You see, let's have a look at here what's going on. It's a bit like a game. Imagine weight loss is a game and you're the sport. In fact, it's you who's getting played. See, you're playing a game, it could be any game. Tennis, chess, football, netball, literally any game where you are playing against an opponent. For the sake of simplicity, you're going to be playing a game of tennis. Now the trouble is, it seems we don't have a level playing field. For instance, even before a ball has been hit, your chances of winning are almost non-existent. Your opponent has been told months in advance where the match is to be played. You're only told at the last minute. Your opponent has a huge entourage of experts helping them. You are alone. Your opponent knows all the rules. You don't. Your opponent has the most expensive kit. You've got black sand shoes that slip on. Baggy shorts. Your opponent has the latest racket that best money can buy. And yet your tennis racket is the old-fashioned type bought from a local newsagents. Your opponent's got the best training. You've had none. Your opponent's fighting fit. You just feel fat. Your opponent beats you easily. You leave and you go eat something. Probably processed carbs. Let's have a look at fixing the blame. Who is it that's getting blamed for this? Is it the great British public? Or is it the parents' fault? Is it the teachers for not helping educate? Is it the kids? Well, one-time Professor of Surgery at Guy's Hospital London, Lord McCall of Dulwich, certainly thought it's the kids. He said in the House of Lords that young people and their bad eating habits had more to answer than the elderly when it came to the strain in the chest. So we're not talking about the influence of children about what they eat. No, okay. That's right. They've tried to blame schools, parents, grandparents, and now it's the kids. Well, enough's enough, folks. In my view, the author, the person who's telling you, the reason there's only one enemy here, the whole secret lies in confusing the enemy. That's you, so that he cannot fathom our real intent. Who said that? Sun Tzu, the art of war. The real cause of the obesity epidemic, and it must be, because without him it simply could happen, is, have you guessed who your opponent is? Turn the page, it's so simple. You, the consumer, must see the single cause of obesity is the multi-billion pounds. And to find out who it is, you have to get the book. So listen, if you want to buy my book, they're on pcdiet.co.uk. You can buy the book. It comes with a special gift and everything like that. Boom. If you think, no, I love him, I want to get this coaching for £2.50 a week, why wouldn't I have this coach who really knows his stuff? Because believe me, knowing's not enough. Even if you get this book and you think, wow, I now know, it's not going to be enough, folks. Life gets in the way. If you want to ask me any questions about my work, honestly, I can help you. Ring me. It's a local phone number. The phone number, you can ring me, you can email me. I'll speak to you if I've got time. 0115 888 3573. Email me. help@drfatloss.co.uk. Just give me a call. This is what you need. As long as you understand it's not a sit on your ass program. You've got to be willing to put some effort in. You don't even need to be go to a gym. You don't need to go get weighed. You can even get weighed on my program. We can all do it online. If you've ever bought anything online, for crying out loud, this is 21st weight loss century. 21st weight loss for the 21st century. Stop doing 20th century weight loss for the 21st century. Why the heck are you paying £5 to go get weighed every week? Stop it. And don't diet. Stop dieting to lose weight. Just stop it. It don't work. Right. Thanks for listening. And remember, all you've got to do to take care of your health and lose weight is keep it real. Just eat more real food. Bye for now.